Hey kids, welcome to one of the grade 6 extra project tutorials. Today we're going to learn how to make a little aluminum keychain. Here is an example of what the keychain might look like. You're going to take a piece of aluminum, round the corners, punch a hole in it, and then decide what kind of message you want to print using the letter punches. First, choose a piece of aluminum from the box of cut aluminum on the extra project materials shelf. They are all roughly the same size, but you can just pick one at random. Next, we are going to use the Whitney punch in order to punch a hole in the corner of our keychain so that we can pass a slip ring through. This is how you use the Whitney punch. Lift the handle here. You will see that as the handle is raised, the punch head comes up, giving you an open slot in which to put your piece of aluminum. Place your piece of aluminum underneath the punch head. Make sure it's lined up properly so that you're not too close to the edge. Then push down firmly. Then lift up. You now have a hole punched through your piece of aluminum. Then head over to the metalworking vise with three things: your piece of aluminum, a fine metalworking file found on the metalworking tools rack, and a piece of paper towel. We're going to use the paper towel to protect the edges of our aluminum keychain while we clamp it in this metal vise, because otherwise we'll end up with a bunch of big dents from the vise. So if you just fold the paper towel several times and then fold it over the edge of your keychain and then place it in the vise like this. You're then going to use the metalworking file in order to round the corners of your keychain so it's no longer sharp. Ensure that as you are rounding the corners, that you are rounding it in the direction that I'm showing here, around the corner. Do not go across the corner. There will be a tendency for you to bend your keychain because it is quite thin, soft aluminum. So ensure you're going around the corner with the file, and you can also use the file along the edges as well to help soften those. Be sure to round your corners and your edges, and make sure you do all four corners. Ensure you've done all four corners and all four edges so that they're nice and smooth to the point where you don't feel like you're going to cut yourself. Next task is to come to the letter punching station and decide what kind of message you want to put on your keychain. There are lots of different punches, letters, uppercase and lowercase, as well as numbers, symbols, and some with various different pictures on them, such as hearts, stars, or moons. I've chosen something simple. I'm just going to write my keys. So I've chosen some of the larger letter punches with M and Y, and then the letters to spell keys. And then I might do some fun symbols as well, using some of the pink colored punches. The trick to using the letter punches is to hit each punch once and quite hard. If you hit it multiple times, the tendency is for the punch to skip around and not have the letter be kind of fuzzy. I'll show you what I mean. There's the M. I'll do the rest quite quickly and you'll see how it goes. You'll see as I hit each punch, I hit it once and I hit it quite firmly. The other thing you really have to make sure is that the punch is facing in the right direction as you hit it, because it's frustrating to have done all this work on your keychain and then to punch a letter in upside down. So as you put the punch down, ensure it's facing in the right direction before you hit it with the hammer. At this point, I'm just going to use some of the pink punches from the back row of the punch rack that have little fun pictures on them. I think there's a little cat face, and I'm going to use a spiral and a moon, but there's a whole bunch there that you can choose from to add extra little neat pieces to your keychain. Have fun with it. And there you are, my keys with a little moon, a little cat, and a little spiral, ready to go. So there you go, Central students, how to make a little aluminum keychain. Hope you made something kind of cool and interesting, maybe a present you could give somebody else. Moving on to the next project.